Hey guys, Red Pen Mining here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day this video. Alright, I've taken the leap and I am now solo mining Bitcoin Cash locally on my own node. Thank you to Mr. Retro Mike who helped me get this all started. It was actually very easy. I'll have a video linked down below. I'm not going to show you guys how to do it because he has already made an amazing video on how to do that. So link down below if you guys want to set up your own Umbrell instance and get the mining pool set up like for Bitcoin Cash and even Dogecoin, which I have syncing right now, and it's going to take a while. You can see it's actually syncing right now, which is really cool. But my Bitcoin Cash one is apparently already synced, and I think it's because it's a pruned node, not a full node. I think it's over normally 100 gigabytes for the Bitcoin Cash node. So that's what Retro Mike told me. But you guys can see I do have the Bitcoin Cash and Dogecoin node all set up here. Very easy actually, setting up Umbrell and getting Bitcoin Cash here. So I wanted to show you guys here. All right, I am now solo mining Bitcoin Cash with about almost 400 terahash. And I wanted to show you guys what miners I've moved over and, you know, how I have this all hosted and whatnot. So I'll show you guys all my miners that I have connected to my own node here right after today's sponsor. Looking to earn profitably during your crypto mining journey? Look no further than asicmarketplace.com, where they sell all the latest crypto miners and provide fast shipping service. At asicmarketplace.com, the price you see is the price you pay. Shipping and DDP right to your door are included, no surprises at checkout. Pay your way with secure options like direct bank transfer or crypto payments like Bitcoin, USDT, or even Caspa. Ready to save even more? Use code RPM at checkout and get $100 off each ASIC order. Join the asicmarketplace.com community today and mine smarter, not harder. Links down below. All right, so I I changed the settings, the pool settings on literally every single SHA-256 miner that I have in my house here, even my Avalon Qs, okay, Mini 3s as well, which I did have a Mini 3 last year that found a Bitcoin Cash block on Retro Mike's pool actually, and it's funny that now I'm using Retro Mike's one-click software on Umbrell to solo mine Bitcoin Cash, so that's pretty cool actually. But I've moved over all of my octaxes for solo mining Bitcoin Cash to my local node here. I'm going to show you guys in the computer what the latency is. I do want to show a difference between the latency that I was mining to on CKPool.org normally when I was solo mining Bitcoin, and now I'm solo mining locally, which is going to be much faster, which is obviously going to have a lot lower latency. So I want to show a difference there. But some of you guys may ask, Repeta, why are you not solo mining Bitcoin, or why didn't you make your own Bitcoin node? Well, apparently the Bitcoin node is over almost I think 800 or a terabyte of space. So that's quite a bit of storage, and so I may do that later on, not right now, because I just want to have like a proof of concept that I can actually hit blocks locally through my own node, and yeah, just to see, you know, that we can actually hit blocks here myself with all of the hardware that I have, which I have a lot of hardware, okay? So I think, yeah, combined almost 420 terahash currently. I do have some things underclocked at the moment. Some of my Avalon Qs are on eco mode because it is getting a little bit hotter, so I did have them on standard and super, so I think that put me about almost 530 terahash. But anyways, I have NerdQX pluses. Okay, these are all connected now. You may notice that I have some off here. This is actually a Hammer Miner DC04, a Hammer Miner DC02, and also a Hammer Miner DC06, which once the Dogecoin node is fully synced, then I'm going to put these on the solo mining Dogecoin to my own node. All right, so that's going to be cool. Stay tuned for a video on that. I'm going to move all of my script miners that I have in my house here to solo mining Dogecoin as well. Okay, so you guys have seen basically the devices that I have that are on mining to my own node. Let's go in the computer though. I'm going to show you guys more finer detail and just explain some stuff regarding the latency and just how I have it all set up, mining to my own node. All right, I'll see you in the computer. Okay, so man, Bitcoin's taking a tumble right now, but hey, great time to switch everything over for solo mining. So before I show you guys my Umbrell instance here and Retro Mike's mining pool setup that we got here, got all my miners attached to it. We'll show you guys this in a second, but I wanted to first showcase the latency that I have on 3 different miners here. So I have one going to my own node, all right, an Octax 10 terahash model. Then I have a second Octax that's going to CKPool.org. All right, I want to demonstrate the latency difference here between these 2 miners, and I'm also going to do a ping test for you guys just to showcase the difference between mining locally to your own node like this and then to CKPool.org. So first off, my Octax here that is mining to my own node here that you guys can see, I'm getting a ping time on average 2.71 milliseconds. So this is also factoring in, I think, a little bit of latency due to it being on Wi-Fi. This Octax is a wireless device. There's no LAN. I don't have the LAN mod on this device, but yeah, you guys can see there, 2.71 milliseconds on average, okay, to my own node here. Then the other Octax that I have going to solo.ckpool.org, I have on average 16.71 milliseconds. All right, so this is obviously including that. It's also on Wi-Fi and then the connection to CKPool.org, which is obviously not in-house. CKPool is obviously at some data center somewhere, and so that's why we have a much higher ping time latency going to CKPool.org, of course. So for solo mining, it's always best to have the lowest latency possible because you're competing against millions of other people out there, or hundreds of thousands of people or machines out there that are also competing for that best share. So whoever submits it first is going to win. So lower latency is going to be much better in this case. And then I also have an Avalon Mini 3 that it shows that I'm getting about 4 milliseconds to the pool. All right. So I think this device I have a little bit further away, especially from one of my access points. I use a Ubiquity system. So that's about 4 milliseconds. So it's going up 5 milliseconds now. But now I have the Stratum Ping pool, tool here that I just wanted to showcase to you guys here. So I'm just doing a Stratum Ping to my own node just from my computer here, and it shows about 3 milliseconds. Okay, now I want to do a test for the CKPool.org. All right, it's about 9 milliseconds from my LAN desktop here. Okay, so it's interesting to see, right? My Octax is showing about 17 milliseconds here, but my LAN computer here is about 10 to 9 milliseconds Stratum Ping to CKPool.org. So just cool to demonstrate, the latency difference there on 2 different Octaxes, going to one to my node and then another one to CKPool.org, just to show you guys the difference there. So hence why it's always obviously the best to solo mine to your own node. But again, it's all based on luck. And so with my 400 terahash roughly, I have about a 1 in 15,909 chance per block to hit a BCH block, which is every 10 minutes. And a BCH block is 3.125 BCH, which is worth about $1,700 USD right now. So in a month, I have about a 1 in 4 chance per day, 1 in 100 chance per day. So I have a pretty high chance to hit a BCH block with this much, with this much terahash. And per year, it says I should maybe get about 3.26 blocks on average per year. So, hey, why not? That might be, that's pretty cool. But with 400 terahash on Bitcoin, it is going to be a lot more difficult, as you guys can see. So the chance is obviously going up, but there's going to be a difficulty drop for Bitcoin here pretty soon. Bitcoin hash rate, I'll show you guys here. Bitcoin difficulty as of recording this video. Right now it's 141T. And so with the hash rate drop, it's going to go down to 122.66T, almost a 13% drop in about 3 days time as of recording. So for anyone that's solo mining Bitcoin, your chances are going to be a bit higher now. Okay, so that's going to be pretty cool. But I'm doing Bitcoin Cash again as a proof of concept here with this mining pool that I have self-hosted. Okay, so now let me show you guys. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that portion of just testing out latency, showing you guys the latency difference between a Octax and another Octax on ckpool.org. Okay, so now my Umbrell installation. So let's start from the beginning. I've had a great time getting my Proxmox servers up. So this is a virtualization software or hypervisor, okay, where I am able to host virtual machines, and basically I'm running an instance of Umbrell OS on one of these virtual machines here. So you guys can see here, I did create a cluster for my Proxmox. So I got 3 servers and they all have HA mode, high availability mode enabled. So in case one of my servers goes down, you know, or whichever server that the virtual machine is running on, it will fail over to another server. Okay. So that's why I wanted to have kind of like redundancy at this type of level for my nodes, especially if I'm running this full time, you know, 24/7. So yeah, I finally got it all set up and I love it. And I'm using my UNAS Pro, Ubiquiti UNAS Pro as my storage. I have about 65 terabytes of storage, RAID 10 using 22 terabyte hard drives. So according to Umbrell here, I'm using about 10 to 11% right now CPU usage, 7.64 gigabytes of memory out of 32, and about 20 gigabytes right now out of 514. So my Bitcoin Cash node apparently is already done syncing because it's a pruned version of the Bitcoin Cash node, not like a full node, according to RetroMike, whom I talked to. Again, link down below to RetroMike's video on how to set it all up. I'm not going to go through that in this video. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. He already did it. Amazing video. Thanks to RetroMike Tech, guys. Go support him. Go subscribe to him. I'll have a link down below. And then we got the Dogecoin node here. So this one is still syncing and it's going to take a while. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I don't think it's nearly done yet. So it's going to take a while until I can port over my script miners to my Doge Solo pool here, which I'm wanting to hit a Dogecoin block. So stay tuned for that video. So now, after getting this all set up, which honestly took less than like 20 minutes, and then the longest time is waiting for the nodes to sync. That's going to be the longest time right through the mining core here. Okay, so this is where if you don't see the network hash rate and network difficulty, you're not ready to mine to it yet. Until this shows up, then you can start solo mining to it. So right now my Dogecoin pool one is not ready to solo mine to it yet. But as you can see, my BCH one here, just to show you guys here. So this is the address I'm mining to, and you can see my devices here are connected. I got a bunch of Avalon Qs here. One's on super mode. My Mini 3, actually I have 2 Mini 3s connected. Octaxes, NerdAxe Hydro. I got Magic Miner BG02s connected. NerdQX++s, Hydro models connected. Yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot connected now. So 400, roughly 418 terahash right now connected, and I'm solo mining Bitcoin Cash. So this is pretty cool. You guys can see there's more worker hash rate information here. Haven't gotten a block yet. I just started. Okay, so this is cool. All right, apparently I have a 470, but yeah, so getting started here. Yeah, I'm basically pointed all my nodes to my own node. Here's my Octax settings, right? I'm mining to the IP of my Umbrell instance. Port information there corresponds to the port information where it goes to getting started. Then, of course, the worker name and then period, and then designate the worker name there. So that's, yeah, very easy. Password, I just did X, and yeah, it's mining successfully to my own node. This is really cool. This is, yeah, I honestly want to add more apps. I want to add more nodes, sorry. So RetroMike's community app store, as you can see, he's got even Bitcoin 2 node here, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin, of course, which I do want to do, but I think I'm going to designate this on a separate, another Umbrell instance, another virtual machine. So I'm going to build another Umbrell OS and have that on its own VLAN, static IP, and then I'm going to move over some of my rigs over to solo mining Bitcoin. So that would be pretty cool. There's Digibyte as well. The Dogecoin one, which I installed, but it's syncing, Purecoin, Vertcoin, eCash. So really cool for Mr. RetroMike to get this all set up. He even has XMR and XMR wallet here as well. But that's pretty cool. So shout out to RetroMike. He's got, again, his own app store here. I'll have a video for how to set it all up link down below to Mr. Retro Mike, guys. Go subscribe to him. Very awesome dude for getting this all set up and started, and everyone can now solo mine to their own node. Okay, really cool. So I'll update you guys on when I hit a Bitcoin Cash block. All right, so hopefully I hit one pretty soon. Again, my chances are pretty decent, but we'll see. I'll definitely update you guys. So you guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on this video, and let me know if you guys are also solo mining to your own node, your own Bitcoin Cash node. Are you using Umbrell or some other instance? Let me know down below. And yeah, I'm excited to hit that block. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.